I took control of the gathering as I had seen previous alphas do, and my message was simple. It was about the unification of the brotherhood, the coming together of all factions to form a tight nexus. I highlighted the fact that there was no discrimination in the brotherhood, no partiality, as we stood together as one. I also made it abundantly clear that I would not tolerate any form of thuggery and antisocial behaviors, as we had to clean up our image. Wow. Welcome to Impacting Humanity in Imperfection. I just read from the last paragraph of page 184 of my best-selling novel, The Protagonist, A Tale of Two Halves. In this video, I want to talk about a topic that is dear to my heart, and it's about a topic that deals with leaving behind a legacy. For me, I would call it leaving behind an enduring legacy, not a fly-by-night legacy. From the paragraph we've just read, you can see that Remy was keen to leave behind a lasting legacy, which he did, albeit we can argue that he was leaving this behind in the wrong place. But let's break this down. The dictionary defines legacy as an inheritance, a bequest, handing something down from one generation to another. So if that's the case, we can actually inherit a legacy that is not fit for purpose. Leaving just a legacy is not enough. We must leave behind the right kind of legacy. And that brings me to my very interesting topic for this series. And it's about leaving an enduring legacy. Not a fly-by-night legacy. Not a legacy built on shifting sand, or a legacy that would not stand the test of time. We must leave behind an enduring legacy. And you know the thing, the choice is ours. What type of legacy we decide to leave behind. What type of legacy we want to build. The choice is ours. Tell that to the Marines. Attempted murder, possession of illegal firearms, secret cultism, Chineke. In fact, I don't know you, because no brother of mine would be involved in such nefarious activities. Shaking his head, he continued, "What will your parents say? Kai, you have just sullied the family name." Wow, wow. Welcome to Impacting Humanity in Imperfection. I have just read from page 296 and paragraph 7 of my intriguing novel, The Protagonist, A Tale of Two Halves. Okay, in my last video, we started building and talking about leaving an enduring legacy, what that meant, a legacy that transcends generations to come. Today, we are going to continue on that journey in our attempt to unpack what it is or what it means to building an enduring legacy, what it looks like. Let me quickly revisit the book, The Protagonist. Remy, who is the protagonist, was hell-bent on diluting a legacy built by his father and his father's father before him. But he failed miserably. Why, you would ask? I'll tell you why. He failed because the legacy he was trying to dilute was too solid. It was built on a foundation of solidness, not shifting sand. It was a citadel that could not be dismantled by any waywardness, any boisterous, youthful exuberance. No, it was strong. It continues in spite and despite all his shenanigans. The legacy was rock solid. It was a legacy that was undergirded by values. Okay, stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I've already started unpacking this. The legacy was undergirded by values. Values, moral standards such as integrity, diligence, loyalty, honor, honesty, grit, dependability. A legacy that was undergirded by humility, a courage to stand for what's right in the face of adversity and shun the easier wrong. That was what the legacy was built on. So it wasn't going to take a small boy to just come and want to dismantle an enduring legacy. So basically what I'm saying is an enduring legacy is basically, it's linked to one's value system. Okay? How and what do you want to be remembered by? If you were to move on, to pass away, when when you go, what would the world remember you by? What, if you were a vagrant, what would you smell like? Okay? What does the likes of Nelson Mandela smell like? What's their vagrance? When you think of Nelson Mandela, what do you remember him by? The likes of Mother Theresa, the likes of Bob Nesta Marley, Ibn Godidi, Idris Aloma, Santo Payama, Ken Saro-Wiwa, Moshood Abiola, and the list goes on and on and on. What would people remember you by? What's your legacy that endures when you're not here? It's not, I'm not having a go at people who wear long chains and, dengering. That's them. But those things will fade away. What's your core value? What would you be remembered by? So I leave you with a question. What is your name synonymous with? So when your name is mentioned, what would people remember your name by? And next time, we'll be talking about what it meant or what it means when the Bible talks about a good man leaving a legacy or an inheritance for his children's children. So what happened to you? He asked. It beats my imagination why someone from such a decent background with a family name such as yours would want to dilute and mess it up in the name of juvenile delinquency. He looked at me. We talked about building an enduring legacy. So building and leaving behind an enduring legacy. We also highlighted the fact that an enduring legacy is linked to one's value system, the values you hold, your moral standards. Unfortunately, the moral standards are dying a slow and painful death, as we see it today. This is the last video of the series, and in this video I'll be attempting to explain what the Bible meant by a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Okay, and when we talk about a good man, it's inclusive of the female gender. So we can safely say a good man or woman leaves an inheritance for his or her children's children. For us to be able to do justice to this, we would have to split that statement into two. Let's start with the end part of that statement: inheritance, leaving an inheritance or legacy for one's children's children. We already know what an inheritance means: leaving something. It's bequeathing wealth, and it could be wealth, an estate, bequeathing your attributes, bequeathing genetic characteristics or character to the next generation. But the question there is it enduring? What you've bequeathed, would it last forever? The character you've bequeathed, would it die with you, or would it be manifested in the next generation or generations after generations? So that's the question, okay? But we also know, for us to be able to ascertain if the legacy or the inheritance is enduring, we must link it to the first part of that statement, which says a good man or woman. So the benefactor, what it tells me is that the benefactor of this inheritance has to be good. Wow. I know so many people will be shifting in their chairs. Hey, am I good? Or hey. He wants to spill the beans. Hey, am I? Relax. We are all in the same boat together. So let's attempt to define what good means. For me, good is, when we say something is good, it means something that is approved of. It means something that is morally right. It means something that is of a required quality. Am I speaking to someone? Yes. It means something that would stand the test of time. It means something that is not, it doesn't pander to what's easily wrong. That's what good is. So now that we've defined what good is, so we can safely see or deduce that if we take that sentence again, it simply means that a man of the right moral standard, or the man with the required qualities, the man with the value system, because it's all linked to the value system that we talked about the last time. Those legacies, or that inheritance that is left behind by this good person, man or woman, is the one that transcends generations, from one generation to another. Okay, so moral standards, qualities that we talked about the last time, such as integrity, one's loyalty, honesty, diligence, humility, shunning the easier wrong, making sure that the truth is the truth and standing by it. Those are the value systems that you leave behind, that transcends generations. Not the long chains, not the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Escalades, and the rest. Those things will pass away. There's a saying that in Pidgin English that says, "Now who first buy car, nine buy old model." those things will become old. But the character, the moral values, the integrity, they don't age. They just transcend from generation to generation. And we can see from the protagonist where he stood before a judge or the vice chancellor. The vice chancellor looked at him and said, I'm baffled because I know where you're coming from. I'm baffled because I know your history, what has come before you. So why are you trying to dilute it? You know? So we are all in it. But the important thing is for us to try and to be in the know and continue to want to build a lasting legacy by dealing or making sure that our values, our moral standards are right. We would get it wrong, like I said to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, continue to join me while we pick up another topic and we start to dissect it. So, thank you for joining, and I'll see you on the other side when we pick up another topic. Thank you. God bless.